welcome back to Max Play Live. I'm Kayla Thomas.
I'm Mike Nunes.
I'm Logan Growney.
I'm Tank.
I'm Noah Growney.
And I'm James Hollingsworth.
We, I don't know if you saw it last week, but Tank and myself, Michael, and James were here. So let's go through and do a quick recap on what characters these guys will be playing.
Again, I'm Tank, and my character is Morthos, Rough Knight. And Morthos Rough Knight is a sailor of awesome intent, and he's come here to reclaim a little bit of more respect, renown, and that's why he wants to play in the games and kick butt.
I'm going to be playing Kelthard. He is going to be a gnome. He's going to be a little spicy, but I think it'll be pretty great.
I'll be DMing.
He'll be playing everyone that's
Here,
not
let me
us.
go through the list of all the characters I'm playing.
I'm going to be playing a Wood Elf Ranger, not Wood Elf, Wood Elf Rogue named Wells with a Scottish accent. It's going to be very interesting.
Indeed.
And I'm going to be the most generic of all of us. I'm going to be Daniel White. I'm going to be killing stuff with random stuff that I find around the arena. I don't prefer any type of weapon, but I go with what I got. I got skulls, I got heads.
Everything is a weapon.
Everything's a weapon.
If you try hard enough and you believe in yourself, everything is a
You
weapon.
can too be a weapon.
So last week we talked about some role-playing games that we were interested in. So today we're going to talk about role-playing games for people who've never played role-playing games, and kind of what a role-playing game is and the different aspects of it. Last week we mentioned the role-playing games we like to play. I'm a big fan of World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons. Tank and Mike Nunes went through some things that they enjoyed playing, and James did as well. We're gonna.
I was there too.
You were there?
I was.
No way. So, what kind of games do you guys like playing, Logan and Noah?
I mean, I'm definitely a big advocate of World of Warcraft. If anybody touches my characters, I'll probably cut them.
He's serious, too.
Yeah.
It happened once.
I've seen it.
It was me.
There's international waters. It's whatever.
It's fine. Legalities are nothing.
Yeah.
In the future. I also like World of Warcraft. I'm also D&D. Kind of just the basic
Nerd.
nerd.
But see,
Yeah.
role-playing games aren't just like World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons. Even something like the story mode of Call of Duty is a role-playing game, and the word role-playing game kind of encompasses a wider variety than you would think it does. Like, what are a couple role-playing games that you know of that people don't really think are role-playing games?
I have no idea how you think Call of Duty is a role.
Okay, just listen to it. You play a character, and your character has a mission, right, in the story mode.
Right, but I think you're kind of like on a set path. You're not really making too many decisions, and
I don't think it's about that. I think it's about that you are becoming this character, and I've done it a couple times when you go throughout the entire story, and my little sister died in the game, and when you're playing, you're like, all right, that's really sad. I want to go kill these guys that did this. That's the role-playing aspect. That's putting yourself into another person and understanding how that person feels, how he thinks, things like that, and living that life.
So yeah, I would agree that Call of Duty, like the story mode, would be a good introduction to role-playing games. It's a role-playing game without you knowing that it's a role-playing game, because they add all the multiplayer and stuff in, and that's usually what people get it for. But if you play the story mode, it puts you into somebody else's life, and you live and see through their eyes and use their actions instead of your own.
Exactly. So this role-playing game that we're doing, this dungeon-esque arena-type game that we're going to be playing, we are shooting to start on October 1st. Now, that's not set in stone, but October 1st is our hopeful date there. James, why don't you run us through a quick scenario?
Oh, okay. Like I mentioned last week, we would be doing scenarios, basically games represented in the arena. Sometimes they'll represent battles that take place in the world. Even though we're pretty much staying in the arena, I want to do some world building through events going on in the world, since we're not really getting far out of that. It'll essentially be a game around the arena. So when we do games, it won't just be like we're going to run up, attack something, beat it to death, and then go, yay, we killed the dragon or whatever we're setting ourselves against. Usually it'll be probably more similar to what you might expect in a normal dungeon. Like you go through a dungeon, usually there's some kind of puzzle, maybe there's some kind of creature, maybe there's something you got to look out for or find. And you might see something more like that, like it'll be part combat, part puzzle, maybe some strategy involved, but it'll basically be a different change with each new occurrence. I don't want to give too much away.
Right, and that's completely understandable.
Because there's no puzzle if I explain to if I draw out
Right.
the outline of one of those encounters.
So that you have to follow like this certain path.
No. I think how I want to do it is basically there are rules to the game, but you can break those rules provided that you still win in the end. Otherwise, no one's going to help you if you die, essentially. Because usually
for
with
breaking
traditional
rules.
gladiators, they don't want their gladiators to die because they're usually owned, or it's just more expensive to retrain people
Right.
to fight to the death or near
Well, yeah,
death.
my character's
So-
actually doing this for the purpose of just winning your whole arena.
But he's not going to win. I am. So it
No,
doesn't
I
matter.
mean, I'm definitely in this to win. This is not my first rodeo. Daniel White is coming out victor at the end of this.
But neither of them are going to win because Wells is going to win.
He's Scottish though.
And his deathbed.
I feel like Daniel White is like human protagonist name. He just screams it all over, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's a handful.
So, in your experience as a DM and you guys' experience as players, what would you say are the core fundamentals to a really good party to start adventuring or start doing stuff?
Well, I think you need a healer because
Okay.
if you don't have a healer, then well, you're gonna die.
You guys
know?
don't have a healer.
Yeah. This is a true statement.
I don't need a healer. I don't need a
But,
healer. I'm Daniel White.
Yeah, I mean, who needs a healer? But no, in a well-rounded group, I think a healer is kind of important. I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty
keep you
detrimental.
alive.
And it kind of sucks because no one really wants to play a healer.
They're
no
kind
one
of
wants to stay in the
background
back.
roles.
Right. They don't want to stay in the back and go, here's some hit points. Here's this, here's that. Everybody wants to run up and they want to go kill whatever it is, or they want to throw a fireball in somewhere, So it does hurt when
Yeah.
people are like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be a healer.
See,
I
I
want
think
to be a fighter.
it's like a barbarian or a fighter or someone that will run up and do something. Because if you've ever been in a party where you don't have someone who's willing to actually engage the dangerous thing in front of you, it's miserable because everyone's just scrambling around the room.
That's true.
Or like you'll be arguing over who's going first into the room for like 20 minutes before someone eventually just like, I open the door and then that person dies because they're not a fighter or a barbarian or someone.
Well, that's why I just push somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I hate
over.
that when the barbarian fighter doesn't go into the room first. He just uses his strength to push people into the room that would be dangerous to him.
Well, I mean, you gotta survive.
That's the whole point.
Survival
Yeah.
of the fittest.
But it's like the job you're specialized for. It's
To get in something's face and hit it.
It's all a matter of perspective.
So you've got a healer as an aspect of your party. What other things do you need to make a party work, to make a party survive?
You definitely need DPS.
What does DPS stand
DPS
for?
is going to be damage per second. So basically doing massive amounts of damage very quickly. So if you've got a very large monster, you want to do a lot of damage very quickly to start to weaken it. And that's basically what the DPS is, which would probably be like rangers or fighters and stuff like that.
About
Fast
how
movement.
many DPS per party do you think is a good idea?
2 or 3 probably. If you have a big enough group. If not that, then 1 DPS and then a varied group.
So what do you do if you have an encounter where there's a big monster and a bunch of you, and he just comes at you? Is there someone who usually is there to take the brunt of the damage?
No, you don't take damage. Just stab him in the eye.
If it has hit points, it can die.
I think you're looking for the tank. The tank's job is to not necessarily deal a lot of damage like the DPS or the damage per second. They're meant to take the brunt of the damage. They usually have like higher hit points or like a higher armor class.
Right, and they're set with shields
Right.
and armor and the things that normal people can't even wear because it's either too heavy or something like that.
Yeah, they're too weak.
And, right,
Those are your plate users and
right, and that's who goes up first.
Right.
And he's focusing on that while everybody behind him like, all right, now we can actually do something about this and go around them, kill them.
that's what your barbarian's supposed to do is go forward.
Right.
But yeah.
So he's there to kind of focus the attention of the beast and let everyone else come and help finish it off, while the healer stays back and keeps everyone alive.
And it keeps the tank alive.
The
Yeah.
tank, of course,
First.
she's
Mainly.
taking damage. Tank, obviously being a word for like, not this gentleman sitting here, but like this big, heavy, armored guy, of course. Right, I understand you said that. Look, I know.
Does DPS even make sense in like
Well,
in a
kind
role-playing
of.
game? Like, because it's turn-based, really.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
think just adopt
I'd
it.
say it was-
DPT.
Damage per turn.
Damage per turn.
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes more sense. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
That works. So in a D&D based game where it's turn based, you're still going to want to do a lot of damage per second. Like when it's your turn, you're going to want to do as much damage as you can.
Yeah, I mean, you could break it down. I mean, if you're talking about D&D, you got 6 seconds per turn is kind of the way the ratio breaks down. So if you really want to break it down, you can. If you're doing 40 damage a turn, break it down. Just divide it by 6. It's your DPS.
That works.
That's a lot of math.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Hey,
like
man,
we said in the
there's a reason I'm
last
going to survive this arena.
It's going to be math. You're going to like break out your abacus.
yeah, we're not
Alright,
we're not
let's
rolling
get
dice yet. I'm not doing math.
Daniel White's always prepared.
He's
Like
also
first turn, analyze.
Then throw the abacus.
Because that will do
Got it.
damage.
This is my chance.
That's a 1d4.
It's 1d4.
Just letting everyone know.
Flip a coin.
I might
It's heads. It's
picturing it
one.
like ball bearings or something. Like they slip on them or something. If they don't pass their
That could
saving
work.
throw, maybe.
If it breaks, though.
If it breaks.
If it breaks.
I imagine. Well, even if it rolls,
Does it
just
take a
has to-
constitution check?
Why would it take a constitution?
Well, it's got to
check?
see if it breaks.
Oh,
The
you mean the
abacus?
abacus. I don't think objects get saving throws.
Ask a sword.
Why was that? That was the last. You shouldn't be that offended by that statement.
I mean,
I didn't
that's
know
my
you-
abacus, man.
You've really developed strong feelings for the abacus.
It helped me win the last arena.
Oh man.
So I don't think only the DPS.
When we come back, we'll get into a little bit more of this.
Yeah, we really need to.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. earning cash back has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cash back, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cash back, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Max Play Live. We were just talking about the core fundamental aspects of a party to go adventuring. So last week we talked about some adventure stories from myself, Tank, Mike, and James. So how about you guys, Logan and Noah? What kind of adventure stories do you have to share?
Talk simultaneously, actually.
Oh, actually,
No,
okay,
don't do
no,
that.
we're not going to do
Don't do
that. There was I was playing a campaign where I was playing this dwarf cleric, and Logan actually was playing a halfling, right? And there was this really weird gem where basically it turned you evil, and you wanted to take this gem. So my character being my character, instead of just going after him, I pretended to get drunk, and I laid down in my bed, just for him to come attack me. And when he left to go do his thing, I just kind of let him go, let the evilness take him over. It happens. It's not to me.
So let me get this straight. You let your brother become an evil murderer, and you did nothing to stop this.
Evil halfling murderer.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Rude.
I had to live my life, and
I mean, it actually ended up working out in the end because I think I killed a couple people with that
Hey,
gem.
Tank.
Yeah, what's up?
I think Morthos Rough Knight is asking questions. He wants to know, are you all losers? I mean, really, stop rolling dice and go out there and have a real quest. Well, Morthos, that's rude.
yeah. That's a big mistake.
I didn't do it.
Did you do that on the break?
I've been
That
here.
was really
That
here.
literally just came in.
This is Morthos Rough Knight.
wow.
How dare
Wow.
It's not me. Talk
Wow.
to him.
Wow.
He's watching.
you. Morthos.
Offensive.
He's rude.
really offensive.
Just saying.
We said October.
We'll let the arena decide who the loser is, Mr. Rough Knight.
Not Daniel White.
Yeah.
Morthos, don't make, what does this say, Bat Ninja?
Don't make Tank sad.
His
His
hair
hair
flip.
flip can cause tsunamis.
Well, Tank.
It's only happened once.
I didn't know you had hair.
No,
It
I
was an
know.
accident. He's got it under control now.
So back to what we were talking about, Logan.
What kind of adventure story do you have to share?
Man, I have so many. It's kind of hard to choose like one over another.
Probably pick the coolest.
Pick the coolest thing ever.
Let's focus on your systematic killing of other players.
Oh, I can bring up him. Okay, so I had this assassin. It was back in a 4th edition D&D, so assassins were pretty cool back then. I had the ability to be a shape-shifting animal type character. So I would turn into like a little rabbit thing, and nobody would ever be able to find me. And then I would come out of nowhere and just kill everybody. My favorite part of that entire thing was there was this Warforged, which is like this mechanical being. And I ended up killing him while everybody was sleeping, disassembling him in an anvil that was nearby, and then putting him in my bag of holding. And then nobody knew what happened. And
Stealthily use anvil. Is that?
yeah, it really was.
That's the fun roll. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was hard. It was a lot of rolls, man.
Tink.
Especially as a rabbit.
Right.
There was this really cool time where we were all playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we had a guy playing with his son in our party, and his son was a real belligerent character. You know, he decided it was a really good idea to get drunk and demand that everyone play cards with him. Well, we were kind of in the middle of trying to break into a tomb, so we didn't have time to play cards with this guy. So we had a paladin, I think he was, standing on the opening part of a big deep well, and his son came up and pushed him in and killed him. So death and betrayal with characters is a common theme.
It was actually you that killed him, right?
It was me that killed him.
Yeah, you shot an arrow.
They had just come in and played that day for like the first time this kid was playing, and he was being really belligerent, and his character was super drunk. So he was just going around flipping everybody off and being like, I want to play cards, I want to play cards. And we're like, dude, nobody wants to play cards. We all got to go down this pit right now. And he's like, fine, and pushes his dad into the pit. I had given the kid a character that I had built to play that night. So I got to kill one of my own characters, which was fascinating.
Not everyone can say they've done that.
Yeah, not everybody can say they've killed their own character while playing one of your characters.
Right.
I did get everything that he had on him, which was pretty good.
So it's
I
like,
imagine
what's the
someone
mass,
has
like,
that story in the most saddest game of D&D. Yeah, you're just playing with themselves. They make the character sheets for 4 other people. They DM for themselves.
Slowly shuffling around the table.
Oh man, I want to do this
Oh
now.
my god, I got a critical hit, yeah! He's like dead silent, crickets outside.
It's like a normal Wednesday for me, guys.
You use mannequins.
Aw.
It's different.
Yeah. Representation.
Right. I do make voices for them
Oh,
too.
okay. Then that's fine,
You
that's
would.
fine.
So
I
before
find that
the
mirrors work, actually. If you set them up just right, you know.
Who wants one?
Yeah, but that takes away from Bethany's personality.
So before the break, Tank, I believe, had mentioned a D4. Now, for those of you who don't know what a D4, we actually have a row of dice in front of the computer here. A D4 is a pyramid-shaped die that has corners, like this. And you roll it, you can't see it, but it's here.
I swear.
And it has a 1 side, a 2 side, a 3 side, and a 4 side because it's a D4. So
Wait. So the D4 has 4 sides,
Explain this slower.
Not 5?
not 5.
4. All
That
right.
many.
it has 4 sides. So some weapons that you will use require you to roll a D4, a dice with 4 sides, to calculate the damage, and your D20 is your dice with 20 sides that you roll to basically do everything. A crit fail and a crit succeed, like we discussed last week, is on the 20-sided die, where a 20 is a succeed and a 1 is a fail. They being the extremes of the die, so that's why it's a critical. So besides a D4, there's a D12, there's a D10, a D100, a D6, which is your standard, 6-siders die.
D8.
D8, there's one. I don't know.
And then that one.
There's percentile
The
dice.
percentile, that's the D100. You roll 2 D10s with numbers. Like that.
I got 38.
He got a 38, guys.
Your gut call was unsuccessful.
So that's the dice you use to play this game.
I like one of these questions better.
That sounds like a good idea.
What is the most difficult module you have ever played?
Oh man, Pyramid of Amun Ra.
I kind of think
without
this
a
one is.
doubt.
Without a doubt, you were there. Were you there for the pyramid?
It's not.
You
No,
were not
no.
with us. You're DMing.
I think I heard it. Did that one have exploding pineapples?
It did
Yes.
have exploding pineapples. That was
did
not
the
even the
tulip.
hardest part. The minotaurs in the maze of mist that you can't see through. Tank and I actually got cornered in a room, and I was a spellcaster at the time. I was playing my Drow Elf Warlock, and you were Miatel the Great, right?
Yes, I was.
You were your demon spawn. You were, what were you? You were a biter?
Yes, I was a biter. I was a bard, and then I multi-classed into fighter. So you ship them together, it becomes a biter. So I was a magic user and a really cool person with a rapier. I was awesome.
I don't know if cool is the word I would use.
I got a really cool staff out of it, though.
You did.
It's pretty sweet.
I did. I can
And
fear
you're welcome.
things
And you're welcome.
within 1,000 yards.
That is quite useful
pretty
in this
rad.
game.
No, what was yours?
I haven't actually done a lot of modules. I would say the hardest. I honestly can't remember the name of it right now, but there were these. There were 3 different levels, and when you turned the wrong way, you would teleport to a different level. But it was laid out the exact same way, so you thought you were like running in circles, but really you were teleporting to 3 different levels, and it was pretty confusing. I'm
That's
not gonna
a
lie.
pain, man.
Yeah, and that was when you first walk in too. So
Imagine trying to map it.
Yeah. That's when I started mapping. I was like, that's a terrible idea.
It's not working anymore.
No.
What about you guys? We're on the same one, so never mind. What about you, Mike?
I think the most difficult one that I've had to do is the one that we're on so far. If not that, then probably the Gems of Martech. Definitely anything that I've recently done has been intensely difficult. Because it makes you think about a lot of things. Yes, Dave is our DM. Anything that happens in this game is like designed to screw with your head so much. Oh, these big copper plates on the wall. They're fine. Go ahead and walk through. Oh, my armor is now molten hot and I'm burning. But then you dimension door to the other side and look, there's a horde of vampires coming out to eat you. It's everything in this temple is trying to kill you. And if not try to kill you, at least try to make you look like an idiot.
Yeah, White Plume Mountain is not fun.
White Plume Mountain is rough.
Yeah.
It's basically this volcano geyser where you have to go get these 3 evil weapons that will possess you if you touch them.
Yeah, Wave, Whelm, and Black Razor.
Yes.
The sentient weapons.
And then Wave is a trident.
Yes.
So, well,
Whelm is a dwarven hammer
Yep.
hammer, right?
And then Black Razor's a great sword.
that eats souls.
That eats.
It's got stars all over it. It's awesome.
It is pretty
So
cool.
it's pretty, and it eats souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Nice.
It's cool.
It looks even cooler if you put it under a black light. Because it's like all glowy and stuff.
I don't think
But
they
I
have
don't-
black
do,
lights.
do black
Yeah,
lights
they
exist?
don't.
I think we can make that happen.
I mean,
you can shoot
we
lightning
have
from your
magic.
hands.
I'm a
Black
spell
lights
sniper.
can happen.
I mean, if you have magic, I think you can make a black light.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if I can cast a fireball, I can make a black light, right? Like,
Can you though?
I mean-
you can make a black light, but
Well,
you can't cast a fireball.
my lighter can't make a
that's
black
what
light.
you know.
is
That's
the
what
thing.
you know.
But are you proficient in glass making?
Maybe my
That's
character.
what you need.
We can study it. We can study that.
What about you, James?
Okay, so it's not really a module, but literally anything you put in your game was the most confusing. Like, because you have a bit of ADHD sometimes when you DM.
I can see that.
So I have no idea what's coming next. I mean, I never died in any of your games, but that's because I was an evil coward who stood in the back the entire time.
and I liked your character.
Yeah. Well, but I remember people just dying all the time, especially Grace. Poor Grace.
Okay.
Just
Grace-
every game, she died like 3 times in a row. You kept throwing bosses at us, and even they'd like withdraw, but they'd kill someone
It's
first.
a gelatinous cube is not a boss, okay?
It's an
It
obstacle.
is what it is. His gelatinous cubes just break off into
it?
different
It's to
monsters.
scale. Figure it out.
I actually sacrificed Grace once to a gelatinous cube because we just couldn't stop it.
Oh man.
It was probably
What ended up happening was we were trying to get away from it. Well, we were trying to fight it, and then it kept on throwing status effects on all the other players, like blinding people. People were passing out, so we all started backing up away towards the door, except Grace, who's being a good paladin. She's being brave. She's standing in front. She's fighting this monster. She's
So you
holding
shot her in the
own.
leg
And she-
and then
No,
ran.
no, that wasn't necessary. I locked the
So-
door.
So you're saying the tank died.
but you
Doing the
lived.
thing I wanted tanks to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
fair.
it was necessary because I saved most of the party, who then proceeded to threaten me to reopen the door so that they could save her, and then 2 more of them died, and then me and one other guy ran out of the dungeon. This thing still chasing us the way, and eventually, after shooting it a bunch of times while running because we were faster than it,
slightly.
it died. I think actually the sorcerer used some kind of wind power to knock it into an earlier trap.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
And then we were done with it. But we had lost
More
the
of the stories that
entire
you
party.
lived, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
lived, and that's all that matters.
Which essentially, I lived because I was willing to sacrifice
But you're
other
evil.
players.
Sacrifices
so
have
it's
to be
okay.
made.
Sometimes you have to make the tough call.
Technically,
It's
that was
like life.
utilitarian.
It's like life.
That was a good utilitarian.
I was
decision.
teaching you.
I would throw
Yeah.
no
It was a
rules.
lesson. It was a lesson.
Oh, thank you.
Lesson well learned.
I'm sure I won't, return any of those lessons.
I mean, I'd
when you're in my
appreciate
game,
it.
but,
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, because
Sort
you'll
of.
be my favorite.
Awesome.
I think we're going to take a break now, and we'll be right back.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. Earning cashback has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cashback, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cashback, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa.
Hey guys, welcome back to Max Play Live. We were just talking about some of the hardest encounters that we have come across. For those of you watching out there, don't forget to scroll down to the bottom of your screen. There is a nifty little comment box there. Type in your comments, type in your questions. We can see them right here. We have a Bat Ninja, we have a J. Al Gaze.
Hi, Jarrett.
I believe your sister is watching. Hi, Dorothy.
Morthos.
Morthos is watching.
Morthos is watching.
Good luck, Morthos.
Always.
It's like a being.
I gotta say, it's making a bad first impression on me.
Kind of.
I'm just saying.
First impression.
He doesn't care.
Oh,
Bad first impression means random boulder.
That's fine.
When you're dead.
I'll
be
step to the
alive.
side. That's fine.
So we talked about the aspects of a party, how you need some good damage, you need some good tank, and you need a good, not this tank.
Although you always need some good
He's
tanks.
good to have. Actually, the tank's great. Just
You know.
Great to have in your life.
We just don't need him. Is the
Yeah.
thing. I think he's not necessary.
Like zombie apocalypse.
Speak for yourself.
But healers are. So let's go through a couple scenarios where you didn't have the appropriate amount of damage, or you didn't have someone to take the brunt of the damage, or you didn't have someone to keep you guys alive, per se. I know in the encounter that we're in right now, actually, the three of us are playing, and you sometimes are in it. We don't have a healer, so we have someone who has a couple healing spells and a ranger who has a couple healing spells, but overall, if we get hit hard, and it's very hard without a healer to stay alive, for the most part. What about you guys?
I was in a campaign with Logan, actually, and basically our paladin and our tank type both went in at the same time, and they were both turned to platinum. They were both then brought up away, and we had to finish the dungeon with a wizard, a ranger, and like a basic fighter type, and it was not very good. But we did do it. We did do it. That was actually the same dungeon that was the teleporting, and
I turned to platinum.
he turned to platinum. I did not.
Well,
I,
why did you guys turn to platinum?
Well, I don't trust archways to this day.
Yeah.
Because of that. There was basically a long corridor and then 2 archways on each side. And either archway you went, turns out you would have turned to platinum and then been part of these statues that we saw coming up. You just had to go straight. Nobody ever thinks to just go straight. But the 2 archways were actually the magical trap that set off turning you guys to platinum. And I fell for it. I saw this guy in the other room that got frozen going for gold, and I was like, oh, that's dumb. I'm not going to go for the gold. Decided to go to the other alcove where I was like, this makes sense, you know? I got this. Platinum.
Bat Ninja would like to know if you can recover from turning to platinum.
You can, actually.
saved him.
Noah did save. Noah had 3 witches
Saved
that came after us, and you rolled a nat 20 to save us.
I did.
A nat 20, for those of you who don't know, is a natural 20. It's when you roll and you crit because you roll a 20 on your die, not because when you when you roll, you add modifiers depending on what you're trying to do. So if you roll a natural 20, it means you rolled a 20 on the die, and that's the highest you can roll. So you basically did what you were trying to do.
You nailed it.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
you did.
So why
You
did you
nailed
just
it.
sell him?
Well, because, you know, I felt a connection with this one. You know, it wasn't like my dwarf and, you know, I was like, you know, but I had a connection, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I had to save him.
We fought together, man.
Yeah.
We went through teleporting rooms
Yeah.
and it was
I
harsh
mean,
stuff.
Let me just say something. 3 versus 3, when 3 people are the player characters and 3 are bosses, it's pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. But
You lose,
not 9 out of 10 times.
unless you roll natural 20s.
Which I did, yeah.
So, Bat Ninja wants to know if there's a penalty or a bonus for rolling a nat 20 or a 1. Sometimes, like if you, like, oh, I'm gonna sneak up behind the big scary ogre and pickpocket him or something, and you roll and it's a 1, you're not very stealthy about it. You probably trip over a few rocks on the way there. You
He sees you.
run into a tree, you know, drop a rock on his foot. It doesn't work very well at all. But if you roll a 20, you kind of do it like you somersaulted very ninja-like, and then you pirouetted as you picked his pocket.
And now it also matters what DM you have, because there are a couple DMs that have decks, cards, and when you roll a critical hit, he'll go through the critical hit, the deck, and he'll go, pick one. And sometimes you get like a decapitation on the monster you're trying to do, or a high level of damage, or some kind of power that goes to that monster or whatever you're fighting, and literally just puts it to shreds, and so the whole party can go after it. And then same on a critical miss. You roll a critical miss, and we've all probably got one of those cards at one time or another. And not that I've ever got a decap on it, but I know it's in there. We've lost Constitution modifiers. I mean, physically drained us out of it. A couple other things. That deck is not too fun.
Can also kill your friends with that.
Yes,
I rolled to hit the monster. You
consequences.
chopped your friend's head off. Good job.
So that's usually when you don't want to kill your friend.
Right.
You know, it's usually in the heat of battle. You know. But
Again, perception's everything.
yeah.
Just don't get in someone's way.
So Bat Ninja would like to know if it gives you a defense penalty for the alert of the ogre. Again, that kind of goes back to your DM's discretion. If you, like, James, as a DM, if someone rolled a crit 1 to pickpocket an ogre, how would you handle that?
I think their hand would probably get stuck as they're awkwardly trying to pull out the coins, and it's kind of alerting him. So I'm thinking he would probably get like some kind of opportunity attack, or just
Okay.
he would just strike them immediately or something, or they would roll for initiative then.
Alrighty.
So
So, yes,
something along
Bat
those lines
Ninja.
is, you know.
Suitable.
So, Tank mentioned a Constitution modifier. How would you guys describe Constitution for those who have maybe not played a role-playing game like this before?
It's like trying to eat a rotten tomato. How well you can keep it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's as easy as I can make it. I mean, you try to drink rotten milk. Can you keep it down? Roll Constitution.
Yeah.
I mean, swimming too. Even like how long you can swim for.
Kind of like
Very
your
true.
endurance.
Right.
Your stamina.
Hit points.
Yep.
Pretty much
Yeah.
like how
Huge.
long it's basically just how many hit points you get, how many times you can get hit
Yep.
before getting knocked out.
Constitution has a lot to do with physical capabilities.
It's usually
so again,
brought up in every drinking game.
right, like eating, drinking, swimming, anything physical has to do a lot with your constitution. So basically, you have to roll to see if you can hold down the rotten milk or not. And if you roll low enough, then you don't, and it all comes up
Right.
like a bad Friday night.
I think we've all had a few of those.
I have not.
Well,
Good for you.
when you grow up.
Your dad would be proud.
You keep it that way.
You have a lot to look forward to.
So, besides just Constitution modifiers, we're going to go to a break shortly, but when we come back from break, we're going to get into all the other different modifiers that we have. If you guys want to name some off the bat, there's Constitution,
Dexterity.
Dexterity,
How quick you are. It's important.
Yep.
Strength.
Strength.
Intelligence, charisma, and wisdom.
My favorite's charisma.
Yeah.
Because you can get people to do anything.
basically. And some different, yes, Anonymous 17701, Constitution is very similar to durability. What is the toughest boss you have fought, and what classes were used to defeat them? Ooh, that sounds like an after the break
I've got
kind
an
of
interesting
question.
story.
Answer that one, for sure. But like they said, dexterity is kind of like how quick you are, you know, nimble and agile and stuff, and
Ninja.
Reflexes, balance,
Yeah,
things of that
yeah.
nature.
Delicate things.
Aiming.
Picking
Aiming,
locks and stuff
aiming.
like that.
Aiming's important.
charisma's like how charismatic you are. That's kind of a no-brainer.
How well you talk to people.
Yeah.
Whether or not you can convince people
Yeah.
that Call of Duty was a role-playing game.
Or intimidate people into believing it.
You guys work together. And
We got ads.
it's like you're even color coordinated. Everyone wore black again. You know.
And
It's-
look who didn't.
Well, you know,
2 weeks,
the
James.
DM,
we can
man.
be individuals.
Yeah, I just.
Or you can get good.
Yeah. I think
That's how you fail in dexterity. You drop stuff off the table.
Yeah, I failed that dex save.
Big time.
It's okay. It's okay. You can always pick it up and then try again.
Hopefully.
If I don't fail that dex save.
Yeah.
Because that will
And then
be
you
funny.
trip, and then you fall, and it's just,
And then we break stuff.
And we can break lots of things.
All right, we're gonna go to a break now. We'll be back.
Meet Cindy. Cindy is looking for a way to make life easier by saving time and money on things that she buys both locally and online. But she didn't think that something like that existed until her friend Sharon told her about the My Network One free savings membership. This free membership gives her access to the M&O Marketplace, featuring stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Old Navy, Target, Home Depot, Kohl's, Living Social, Macy's, and Groupon, just to name a few of over the 2,300 stores in the M&O Marketplace. Check out some of these great deals on jewelry, apparel, and electronics. Sharon also showed Cindy how to install the Cashback Finder, so she will never miss out on cashback again. The Cashback Finder will find you cashback even when you shop through your favorite search engines like Google, Bing, MSN, and Yahoo. Get cashback even when you shop directly from your favorite stores. Earning cashback has never been so easy. When Cindy earns cashback, Sharon now earns referral cash on things that Cindy purchased. Cindy has now found the secret to saving money, getting cashback, and earning referral cash, and so can you. So what are you waiting for? Get your free savings membership today. All from My Network One, the Everybody Wins Network.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better.
Hey guys, welcome back to Max Play Live. We were just talking about one of the hardest bosses that we've had to defeat and what classes were used to defeat them. I think you said you had a good story about
I had a
that?
pretty good story about it. In one of my first games, I ended up going up against a green dragon in the woods that was being ridden by a wood elf, which was ridiculous. So we had a ranger, who I was, a fighter, a paladin, and I think a rogue. And I had a small familiar friend named Doin, who was a kobold, which is about a lizard person that's about this big, but he was really simple. So we get into this fight with this dragon, and I am about to die. I'm literally standing in front of this gigantic green dragon as it is about to breathe hot death upon me, and I haven't been able to find my familiar, Doin. He had run up on top of the wall, and I hadn't been able to find him. So we had been trying to kill this dragon for so long, and it was not working. It had way too many hit points, and we were level 3. Out of nowhere, as this dragon starts to breathe hot death down upon me, Doin flies off the wall, lands in front of me, and uses a time shift spell, which basically switches the age of Doin to the age of the dragon, and switches the dragon's age to Doin's age. So we turned the dragon into an egg with one spell. I didn't.
Nice.
Doin did, which was incredible. And then Doin died in my arms, and it was really, really sad. And then I told him that we needed to break the dragon egg because we had 5 people in our party that wanted this dragon egg. And I was like, it killed Doin. Give me the egg.
Scramble that up.
I'm going to kill it. So as soon as we cracked the egg, because I had put Doin's ashes into a
Oh my
bottle,
goodness.
So you burned him.
he turned into dust. He was so old he turned into dust.
Oh, okay, that's what
So we
happened.
put them all into a bottle, and as soon as we cracked the egg, this white light came up out of the egg and swirled into the bottle. And then Doin, who was about this big, turned into about that big, and he was my little friend, and I used to carry him on my shoulder, and he was adorable and tiny and stupid.
But he saved your life.
And he saved my life because we all would have died.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So, I think we have 2 questions now about the monkey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What monkey?
I don't know what you're talking about either.
Monkey?
What monkey?
That monkey.
No, no.
I don't.
see
There
a
is no monkey.
You guys don't see the monkey?
I
It's
don't
just
see
me.
it.
There's no monkey.
All right.
I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
there's no monkey.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Check your computers. Maybe clean them off
Yeah,
a little
clean
bit.
'em off.
I don't know.
That's
It
my
might be
friend
a
Oliver.
smudge.
Maybe
what-
it's a
what-
chimp.
where's
Do you see a
Oliver?
chimp?
What's a chimp?
I don't
I
know.
don't see a chimp.
A chimp
I
is
honestly-
like a monkey.
I do.
Oh, is it?
That's Oliver.
I don't see.
Logan, listen. If you have an imaginary friend, you're too old for one.
Tell that to Calvin.
Wait, now you have Calvin and Oliver?
No. Calvin and Hobbes was the reference.
Who?
Oh.
I
Calvin
know
was a
you're-
small
I know
child.
you're younger.
But what about Oliver?
I am too.
You have a facial hair.
Bat Ninja doesn't see a monkey. Thank
Yeah.
you, Bat Ninja, for
Thank you.
keeping a clean
Thank you.
computer.
All
So,
right.
No spam on that computer, eh?
I'm insane. That's cool.
so we were talking about the different stats you have as a character in a role-playing game like this. I believe we talked about intelligence, charisma, stamina. No, not stamina. I lied. Strength. Strength was the one. Constitution, wisdom,
Dexterity.
and dexterity. So we're all going to tell you a little bit about this. Logan, what are you going to tell us about?
I am going to talk about wisdom.
Okay.
Wisdom's usually what you use to, I don't know, see if someone's lying. Like if Noah's trying to be deceitful and wants to, say, no, what gem? I don't see what you're talking
What
about.
monkey?
Right, what monkey? I'm going to roll for insight, and I'm going to definitely use wisdom to determine that. It's a little bit different than intelligence, because intelligence is like kind of the, I don't know,
Learned.
yeah, like the learned nature of things, and wisdom's like, oh, all right, that makes sense,
It's your street smarts.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Common
Street
sense.
smarts.
It's like, oh, I can see things. 'Cause
Oh.
it's also tied to perception.
It is. It is. It's perception and insight of the two that are,
Yeah, it is. It's like
Huge.
yeah, pretty big in as far as wisdom's concerned.
Okay, what are you going to tell us about, Mike?
I'm gonna tell you about charisma, and the reason why I'm telling you about charisma is because Wells' charisma is insane. Wells can tell you to do something, and you'll be like, "That sounds like an awesome idea." Be like, "You should walk over there, and I'm gonna stay here because there's a dragon over there, and you got this." And you'll be like, "Yeah, I got this. I can do this." Charisma is basically how well you can talk your way out of something, talk your way into something, or intimidate someone.
So, a quick question from a viewer. Intelligence is knowledge, wisdom is how you would use it. Do you think that is inaccurate?
Again, yes and no, because intelligence kind of covers that too. Because intelligence, like if you're playing 5th edition D&D, it's tied into investigation. So if you're going to use that intelligence check, you're going to investigate the room. You're going to know how to use your intelligence. Wisdom's different. It's if you take a really, really smart guy that's socially awkward, and you take a guy that's kind of grew up on the street and stuff. I know like how everyone looks at James when we say socially awkward.
I didn't look at James at all. I was looking at you, man.
I love how you all
so
talk
gross.
about me
It's-
like
it's
I'm not
not-
here and I'm the socially awkward one.
Well,
It's just two different ways of thinking. It's not really how to apply one or the other. It's different.
Well, can I use my tomato thing?
You can use your tomato thing.
Okay. If I put in the understanding of a tomato, wisdom is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Intelligence is knowing not to put a tomato in a fruit salad.
There you go. That's pretty.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's
mine's just saying,
that's about
I
right.
understand.
So go
Thanks,
ahead.
Mike.
Sorry for the interruption, Mike. Go ahead and finish with your charisma.
Charisma can basically, it's used for persuasion, used for intimidation, used for deception, and what else is it used for?
Performance.
Performance, that's right, it's used for performance. So if I was going to be like, Wells is gonna dance, and be like, awesome, you need to roll performance for that to see how well you're dancing. Well, my charisma's really high, so I dance like Shakira.
Tank smooth too.
His hips don't lie, guys.
They don't lie.
They do not
They
lie.
tell the truth.
They do.
And nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
We can put our hand on a PHB.
Player's handbook.
Sorry.
For those of you who don't know, a tomato is a fruit. I have been lied to my whole life.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
it's a fruit.
it's a fruit.
You failed on your wisdom roll.
Bartering.
Just letting you know.
Someone's asking if you could use it to get better prices in trading,
negotiate better deals. Yeah, but you will annoy your DM to no end. They'll be like, yeah, sure, that's a 25 gold sword. And they'll be like, but I'm gonna give you 10 for it. And it's like, you're cheap. You got like 100 in the dungeon. Why does everyone have to sit here around a table and wait for you to go shopping?
Well, they're charismatic.
It matters.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
does.
matter. You could literally just look through the player's handbook. Oh, this is what these things cost. You just do your little shopping list,
But
and then
look, come on, you thrifty in real life, you can be thrifty in game.
Right?
Yeah.
oh, you could be, but then you have the rest of the table. I just don't know why people do
And
that
they're
to
like,
one
hey,
another.
wait, you can do that. I can do that too. And then it's funny because they can't.
Coupon clipping saves money.
Right.
Somebody asked if I should sing. I'm not gonna sing. I'm sorry. I sing. I don't have my guitar. I can't do that.
So this is where I reach off stage, grab the guitar.
No.
Oh, gosh.
We will not.
Sorry.
Performance.
We won't discuss how it's in the trunk of my car.
Right.
No, we're not discussing that. So we have charisma.
Another stat that you'll have to deal with is strength. Now, strength is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically how strong you are. So, like, say I wanted to push James out of his chair. I have.
She wants to push me out of my chair.
I kind of do. He's just too charismatic.
We would
It's
have an
kind of-
opposed skill check. I would rely on my
Yes.
dexterity to keep balance,
Which is
and you would
terrible.
use your.
I would
strength.
roll strength to see if I'm strong enough to push him out of the chair. He would roll nimbleness to see if he does a backflip and lands on his feet as I push him out of the chair, or he would make an opposing strength check to see if he's too strong for me to push over.
Too cool for school.
Basically, so it would it's how strong you are. Like if I want to push open a door, strength check to see how hard
gate.
or easy it is to open the door. So that was pretty,
Simple.
simple and
Swimming, climbing,
Yeah,
fun
things that
physical
you use-
activities that
things
no
you
one
use
really
muscles
does.
for.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Punching someone in the face. It all matters.
Swinging with a weapon.
Yeah.
And yes, I do strength, bro. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get legs.
So would it not be wise to cross an ice cold river because you should be intelligent enough to know you may get frostbite?
Or you just jump over
Depending
the
on what
wizard.
you roll on your intelligence check, man.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of shoes
Do you know what
wearing.
frostbite
Yeah.
is?
Or just walk on the water, right? I don't understand.
Yeah, or jump.
There's
If
boots
or
for
if
that.
it's frozen, then just walk across the water.
Fly.
Cacaw.
Fly.
Right. So I guess I'm talking about intelligence because none of you could. And bam, for no reason. Yeah, I figured, you know what, we're never going to be real friends, so.
Hey, real quick, hey Daniel White, do you even lift? Anonymous,
Bro.
Anonymous 438 milk.
Have you seen these guns?
He lifts that laptop and
Real
then moves
hard.
it.
Okay, so the intelligence stat, it usually goes into things like, in games like Fallout, it would go into dealing with technology or skills and stuff of that nature, just what you can use for your mind, how you could deal with problems that require a lot of specialized intelligence and knowing how the world works. In something that's more tabletop, you might see, or more medieval fantasy setting, it's usually dealing with magic, understanding these arcane arts that are very specialized and require some backstory or education to deal with. So it usually deals with magic, so identifying magic, understanding it, using it. It's also used for things like knowing history, so you might do like a history check on something in the dungeon, and everyone will wait annoyed as you get this explanation that most people don't really care about. I mean, I usually care about it, but then I get yelled at because no one wanted to hear the backstory of the guy we're about to kill at the end of the dungeon.
So
They just
book smart, street smart.
yeah. Well, also wisdom deals with courage. So, like, anytime something scares you, you should have the wisdom to know that it's still going to kill you even if you're running away.
Yeah.
So,
I think we're going to cut to a break real quick, and we will get back to... No, we're not. Go ahead and tell about your
The
stat.
dexterity?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you do that.
Okay, dexterity is your nimbleness. It has anything with acrobatics. You want to do flips. You want to. It has a lot to do with when you want to pickpocket, when you want to stealth, even when you want to shoot a bow. It has a lot to do with your physical attributes besides just brute strength. So like monks are gonna have a high dexterity because they do all that cool stuff, man.
Karate.
You know,
Fine motor
karate.
skills.
They're like ninjas.
They are. They're like ninjas. You know, ninjas.
Ninjas that punch you right in the face.
Yeah.
Real hard.
Real hard.
What about your stat, Tank?
Yeah, and Constitution, I mean, we already talked about it, but if you ever play a role-playing game and it needs Constitution, please don't leave it in the dust. Usually it always has to do with your hit points, and if you start off with low hit points, you're not going to get through level 1. You're really not. Just swimming, holding your breath, things like that. Just give your charisma a little bit of love, and you will last so much longer.
Constitution.
Constitution. You say charisma.
We love you.
You know what I meant.
Also
we
give
accept you
charisma
anyway.
because
too
then
many
you can
C
stand
words.
on somebody's shoulders as they walk across the river and drown.
And they'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So for those of you watching at home who have enjoyed tonight's show and you got to watch it and you want to tell your friends how cool it was, we should have this showing on YouTube tomorrow. Right there on screen. Max Play on YouTube. You go ahead and like that, you go ahead and subscribe that and watch our videos.
Please.
We're in a race.
Go to my
She
channel
seems sad.
and like it and subscribe it and watch it.
And leave
Share with your
comments.
friends.
And
Yeah.
And share it.
Definitely.
Share
So
it.
you can show
Share
all
it,
your
send
friends
it.
how cool we are.
Yeah.
Because I mean.